So, getting back to where I left off, I'm going to go into the film S.N.I.P.E, which has a vintage science fiction look to it. A whole bunch of like graphics and like vintage film pops in it and all kinds of stuff.
Captain, incoming transmission from Mission Control. High priority.
You gotta love the wipe too.
I'm on my way. Admiral Hardwick.
I shall get right to it. The Council of Indigenous Species of Planetary Bodies has requested that you set a course immediately for the deep space planet Pac Beta 9.
Right away, Admiral.
I like how he kind of screwed up saying indigenous species for his dialogue. He kind of fumbled that, but I can't blame him.
Now, Captain, listen carefully. This is a special mission. Right from the top, we can have no mistakes.
Yes, Admiral, I understand.
The boys at the CSPB think that this is an animal error, a bird-like creature that, because of its chemical makeup of the planet and its geological features, could be of immeasurable use to the Federation.
Understood, sir. I'll give this my full attention and efforts.
I knew you would, Captain. That's why we chose you. We are setting the mission details now. Mission Control, signing off. Godspeed, Captain.
Well, LISA, looks like we have our first off-ship mission.
Shall I prepare the ship for light speed? Or should I postpone, Captain?
No, Lisa, there isn't time. Prepare the ship. Inform me when we are ready to launch. I'll be in my quarters.
Right away, Captain. Beautiful.
Yes, Lisa, it's truly breathtaking. Is everything prepared?
Everything is prepared, Captain.
Kind of paused there on me for a minute.
Yes, Lisa, it's truly breathtaking. Is everything prepared? Let's begin.
Okay, so I have no idea why it was like that. I'll have to go back and see if that's in the original, but it kind of stalled out there. So, yeah, I really like the vintage film look of this, like vintage 16mm film. It's kind of what it reminds me of, even with the comedic kind of like cutoffs too. Reminds me a lot of Ed Wood and you know, a lot of vintage 60s sci-fi. Especially here with the lights.
Are you ready, Captain?
Begin the molecular disruption process.
Beginning the process. Oh, and Captain?
Yes, Lisa.
Come back safe.
Begin the process.
Again, another wipe.
There.
Wipe transition.
My transmission. I'm in the woods of some kind.
The nest.
It's truly remarkable. They remind me of my home back on Earth.
It's a little hard to understand. He said, truly a marvel, just like something I've seen back home on Earth.
It seems the air is safe to breathe. Lisa, are you getting this? I'm going in for a closer look.
His transmission's breaking up on him.
I don't think I'm alone down here. It appears to be made by a creature of some intelligence. A native species not dissimilar to us, perhaps. There seems to be something lurking off in the woods.
I have no idea what that green thing was in the corner. That might have been something that somebody had left there, but I actually didn't. I don't remember watching this part on this. Just holding some feathers up against the lens. It's the S.N.I.P.E.
Well, it appears to be abandoned anyway. I shall document and move on.
Another wipe transition. Okay, that sample.
Water appears similar to that on Earth. Lisa, log onto my position. Oh God!
I should have watched this all the way through. That he kind of got ambushed by the snipe, and that's another thing too that I see in a lot of like independent films like this, is that sometimes not everybody, in terms of acting, is fully dialed into it. You can tell that they're phoning it in. He probably could have done another line reading on that, and it probably would have been a lot better. I just like how he got instantly ambushed by this thing while he had his guard down. Lots of shaky cam. Like found footage. Okay, well, I think that was my first time actually seeing through the whole thing. The implication is that she let the snipe kill him for some external reason, and that's leading us into our next film, which I'll have to see what the name is of this, but I'll get back to that here in a minute. Okay, so picking up where I left off, I'm going to continue with the next film, which is called Hodag. Which a Hodag is sort of like a creature. It's like a mix between a feline and a reptile. I don't really know which state it originated in. It says a local film, film by Local Lore. I guess that's the group that worked on this. Of course, that's obviously not this man's name. But this is his film, Hodag. Chris Pierman, I guess, he's the main character here in this film. Big surprise, his dog's name is actually Hodag, and there's a house on the street that he believes the actual creature is living in. He thinks that it ate his dog, so that's the general premise. Hodag! 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 Right here, I like the fact he only makes one egg. Just one egg.
Hodag!
The dog made it out okay. His owner, not so much. That was Hodag. Leading into our next film, which is, I think, the Unicorn. Okay, so continuing on with the films that I'm watching. This one is the Unicorn. And I'm going to let you know right now that if you don't like harmonica, you're definitely going to hate this. It's more of a comedy short film. More so than the others that were unintentionally funny. So, right there was something else that I wanted to bring up with a lot of these like indie kind of films, is that in other films like this, reflections and reflections in cars are a big they will ruin a film. If you're get your cameraman or the DP or whoever in the shot, reflections will absolutely ruin the film. It will give away the illusion that it's happening in real time with no cameraman or anything. I think this one kind of pulled it off because I can't really see the cameraman off in the distance, so they kind of got lucky here with this shot. I could be wrong though, but I do not see them. Just the visual comedy of seeing Unicorn had to struggle to get in a car. So right there I censored out the license plate. That was somebody's actual license plate. For obvious reasons I blurred that out. You'll see here in a minute that wasn't the only shot where they left that in. Again, they only had a weekend to work on it. They didn't think nothing of it. It was for a contest, so there's the other one. This shot here, I don't know if that's intentional. It's really pixelated and there's a lot of noise. I believe this is in the final version of the film too. It's really weird. I don't know why it looks like that. Just the quality, it's all pixelated and blurry. Right here, it looks fine. So, as you can see here, the unicorn is at her job. And if you look closely at the background and the foreground, there's a lot of green screen chroma key in this. And it's mostly a lighting issue. If the lighting is not perfect, in certain circumstances, the keying will look really bad. So rather than it looking like you see in like film or television, there's a lot of pixels dancing in the background. Again, if they had more time, better lighting, they probably could have done a much better job on this. It's very similar to, you know, something you probably see on Adult Swim or a student project. Like right there, the pixels dancing. I also like the added touch of the dinosaur minion picture on their desk. That's bizarre.
There are many cryptids among us, but there's a clear favorite out.
Among Us. Again, more noticeably, not so good green screen is being used here, especially here on the TV.
There. For more, we'll go now to
Lots
cryptid
of pixelation.
correspondent Vampira.
That's right. I'm here with breaking news.
And this weird
A recent
filter on
poll
this
by the
old,
Cryptid News
ancient
Network shows that the Big
box
Money Monster
TV
is by
too.
far the most popular cryptid with a
Another thing that kind of takes me out of this is that, you know, on an old cathode TV like this, the picture quality would not look that good. It'd probably be in black and white, or it would look much different.
99.99% approval rating.
That's right. They just love him.
They just did this like really quickly because, you know, they only had a weekend. So
Ranked lowest among cryptid species is the unicorn, with a negative 66.6% approval rating.
Unicorns. Disbelieved by all, feared by none.
Flipping the bird to the TV. Again, another shot of this pixelation and this grainy look. I don't get it. I believe that was the director of this short film. Again, more noticeably, not so good green screen here. Lots of uses of like practical, like little effects. You know, I like that the eyebrows of the unicorn were like a construction paper cutouts to change the expression of the character, and they're using not so much really confetti, but I don't know what you describe it with. They're using like some sort of like craft paper or something. I thought that was a really crazy shot too at the end where they had it kind of like on a stage with professional lighting. But that was The Unicorn, and this next film is Moth, which is based on the Mothman by Main Street Media. That was a team that worked on this next one. Okay, so here is the next film, Moth by Main Street Media. 8:30 a.m., August 10th, 2023. I believe some of these films were done a year ago, if I'm not mistaken. The dim dance of twilight, moths emerge. Okay, well, I'm not going to read all that. August 12th, 2023, 9:02 a.m.
Dave.
So before I get into this, I don't know if you noticed that. I might have to back it up. Right here on the desk. Right here on... Here, I'll let it play out for a bit. Here on my left, that is the box for a Zoom audio recorder for voice recording. I'd say that's the one that they use for this film. I'm going to let it play out for a minute.
Dave, listen, if you're calling about the article, I'm not even close to done. Isn't that normally Linda's department? What do you mean missing? Are you sure she didn't just go on vacation with her boyfriend again without telling you? Fine, I'll do it. I'll call you after I get done with the interview. All right, bye.
Hi, Steven?
You the lady from the newspaper?
Yeah? Are you ready to talk to me?
So something I just noticed there is that, again, even with this short film looking probably a lot more polished than a lot of the others, there's still, like, there's still things in there that make it kind of, like, amateurish. There's a noticeable difference in the audio between when she's speaking and when he's speaking. I've noticed this in, again, other like short films like this, where you have a dialogue scene where one person's talking and then the room tone shifts to the other person, which has like no room tone at all, and then it switches back and you can hear the room tone come back in. That's generally something you want to record before you do your dialogue, if I'm not mistaken. It will really tighten up a lot of these dialogue scenes and make them sound professional.
Yeah, come on in.
Because I can just hear the difference. I like that little rack focus away from him at the window. August 12th, 2023. In the last film, if any of you had noticed, during the Unicorn film, the laptop was also an Apple laptop, but they had marked out the logo. And in this one, they kind of left it in, as if that's really going to matter. And I like this little use here of this fake blood, this like nosebleed that she's having. That was actually handled really well. That was really believable.
Laura Robertson?
Can I help you with something?
So, this is something that I had actually used in a film that I have done that I actually don't have up on my YouTube channel yet. I don't even know if I will. But back when I was in, when I was finishing up, pretty close to finishing up college, I had done a short film about the Skinwalker, which is, you know, from, I think, Native American, lore. And I did this same effect with a Halloween mask and some LED lights, where I had to use them as like eyeballs for this creature. And they're doing the same thing here with the Mothman. August 13th. There on the right is the Zoom audio recorder I was referring to. That's a Zoom H5, and that's actually pretty similar to the ones that we had used when I was going to college, doing a lot of my filmmaking, studies. And then in the middle here, it looks like this might be a document that she has, but it's in screenplay format. I didn't know if anybody else had noticed that, but I noticed it. So, and then we have a prop weapon, pretty common in a lot of these lower budget films. I guess I consider this more of a psychological horror kind of short, but that was Moth, based on the Mothman. So then the next film is Tears of Joy by the Laws, which is the group that had put this film together. There's also a link down here at the bottom for the original festival that this was held at. And I don't know if I'll leave a link to it in the description or not, but I'll talk about this here in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to be finishing up the last few films that are in this selection. If you notice, my voice sounds a little bit different. I have a sore throat today at the time of me recording. The other videos that were making up this this video in particular, I recorded them last week on Friday. and I finally started again today on Tuesday of the following week. So without further ado, I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm just going to get into it. But let's get into Tears of Joy, based on the creature, the Squonk, which cries tears of joy, I think.
Oh, it's you! An ice cream! Oh, thank you for being here. Come in, let me tell you everything. I just can't believe it.
And then what happened?
You just said that something seemed different. It just seemed off. You just laughed. I just feel like I'm never gonna feel any happiness ever again. I'm gonna cry. And cry. And cry. Forever.
It's okay. It's gonna be okay. I think we should just put a movie on and get some sleep. It's been a long night of crying.
Good morning.
Good morning. I made breakfast.
Yes.
You seem like you're doing much better.
So much better. Better than ever. I went for a walk last night and it changed everything.
Oh.
I need to go for another walk right now.
Okay, I'll go.
No. I need to be alone. Clear my mind.
Okay.
Thank you, Squonk.
What is this? What? Oh God.
Yes! Oh, thank God you're still here! Oh, don't ever leave me! Squonk, I need you! I need you! I need your ears! Oh!
thank you, Squonk. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Squonk, I love you. Squonk, tell me you're all mine, Squonk. Only mine. Only cry for me, Squonk. Oh, thank you. You? No. No. He's mine. He's mine. He's mine. No. Squonk. You're mine. Only cry for me. Only. Squonk. No. Give me.
Okay. So I'm going to react to the next film of the selection by Team Seraphim, The Family Business, which I believe is about mermaids. And I like the fact that little Squonk, he flew away on a string there at the end. But yeah, I'm not going to waste any time on this.
Alright, this is the place. It's been passed down generation to generation. Yields the highest number of mermaids. We gotta be quiet, but I'm gonna try and catch something. See if you guys can get it on camera, that way these people won't bother me no more about this shit. Now we just gotta wait. Rolling. My name is Gabe Booth, and I'm a mermaid fisher. My family has been in the mermaid business for over 61 years. It's a local business right here in Murfreesboro, Illinois. We started the company when we were originally looking for the big money monster, but what we found were mermaids instead. I'm a third generation mermaid fisher.
So for those of you that don't know, a little bit of local history, the Murfreesboro Mud Monster is also referred to as Momo, for short for Missouri Monster, with it being Missouri, Illinois' Bigfoot. That's for just a little bit of local history for those of you that are curious.
And tomorrow we're going to be trying to catch one. This is the spot. My uncle, my father, my grandfather, it's been passed down through the generations. This spot, and we keep it a secret. It's here local, but it's yielded the highest number out of any of the seasons. You know, a lot of people think I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. I'm just misunderstood.
The mermaids are real. They're real. They're very real. The mermaids are real. They're real.
I took over the company in 2020 during the pandemic, which actually resulted in a surge in the mermaid population, which is excellent for business. Alright, this is the place. It's been passed down generation to generation. Yields the highest number of mermaids. We gotta be quiet, but I'm gonna try and catch something. See if you guys can get it on camera. That way, these people won't bother me no more. Oh, what's that? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Oh, shit. I need help with this shit. Hey, set that down. Holy shit. Oh, we got some. Oh, fuck. Oh, hold on. Ma'am? This isn't a mermaid. We got us a person. Live person. That's alright. Oh shit. Ma'am, are you alright?
Yeah, I'm good.
That's the sad reality with this job. Because of the highly efficient man-catching rods we have here, it is possible to lure in and capture non-mermaid subaquatic mammals, particularly in the local freshwater here. This was a recreational swimmer that we caught.
I caught the bait. Hit it right up.
It was the last day of the season. Probably the worst season I've had in my career. Yeah, it's been a real blow. That's just the sad truth sometimes. So that's it. This is all I got.
So I decided to join the mermaid hunting business with Gabe, but I still don't really believe in mermaids. I think the real mermaids were the friends that we made along the way.
Bit of a cliche there, but that was the family business. There was a bit of a continuity error there when he supposedly pulls this girl out of the lake and none of her clothes are wet at all, so bit of a continuity error. It's like, well, she was swimming before, but then, you know, you pulled her out and then it's like she wasn't swimming at all. I mean, that's probably the more serious continuity error I picked up on that, but I really like the documentary feel of that film. And I like the different uses of camera angles and camera movement. I think that's pretty admirable for a film like that, and I think for the most part it does kind of work. So the next film I'm going to get into is by Bubba Films, with that being the Enfield incident. Which, for those of you that don't know, the Enfield horror is a creature that was spotted in Enfield, Illinois, back in, I think, the 1970s. And a lot of people think it might be an alien. So, without further ado, I'm going to get into the Enfield incident. So yeah, just me stopping it there. Yeah, it said Enfield, Illinois, 1978. Like I said, the incident happened in the late 1970s.
Honey, would you get the cold tray from the fridge? The girls will be here any minute.
Please, honey, you fret too much over them friends of yours.
Well, it's hard to keep good friends, and you know that. Besides, Tabitha's husband just died.
Well, while there, he was an alcoholic.
Would you get that, dear? I think that's done.
I am your servant. Ladies.
Gage.
Gage.
Oh, yes, I'm looking forward to this. Looks lovely.
Right. Right.
Ladies, I'll leave you to it.
A little close there.
Do this, honey. Do that, honey. I swear to Christ that those women in that room are more important than I am. Just a sperm donor. Goddamn. Got drained the brain. What the hell?
The very obvious digital camera shake.
Where you're cheating, no.
It's not my fault. I'm good at Monopoly. Must not be all you're good at. I like Gage. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. He is a dashing color, ain't he?
Sure is.
Listen, Tabitha. I know Gage is faithful to me because, well, every time we do it, he cries.
A little bit of audio clipping there.
Go find my big crybaby now.
Gage? Maybe he's in the tool shed.
Or maybe he went out to get another beer.
Abby. No. No, I don't like this.
There we go, another window shot. Could make or break the film.
Maybe he got his period.
There's a creature. With more of that shake added in post. That fake digital camera shake.
I'm standing in front of the home of Gage and Helen Meyer, the scene of a gruesome and brutal mass killing. The police have been very tight-lipped, but rumors abound that bodies were mutilated by someone not. Can we do that again? Oh, did you see? Just hauled that body out. He was torn apart. I mean,
Take all the time you want.
Okay, and that was the last film of this selection of films from the 48-hour film festival. Like I said, my voice is a little different tonight. I have a sore throat, so I'm not really feeling all that good. But I decided to finish up these films, and hopefully it was entertaining, because without me spreading word of mouth, a lot of these films probably wouldn't get the amount of viewership that I think they probably deserve, some of them. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of people who watch these films, but outside of like the festival itself, I don't think these films necessarily were seen by a whole lot of people, except for those that either attended the festival or subscribed to their YouTube channel. So with that being said, I'm Clayton, and this was the 48-hour film festival selection. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.